the Bucs. All that and more coming up next.
This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida. So week one begin on Thursday night, and now two more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week one across the different season.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Tampa. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. This return makes it up to the 25. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the seventh-year pro, comeback player of the year contender last season in Baker Mayfield.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie. We're a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, well, how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
Coming out throwing is Baker. That's complete, Mike Evans. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Irving on the inside give. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
Right back to Irving now. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there?
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Full 70-yard punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Daniels back to throw. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs. First and 10, it's Mayfield. That's a catch, Jalen McMillan. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Evans, the motion man here. 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that will get them on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. He fields it from the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their 2nd drive. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their 2nd drive. Escapes the pocket. That's grabbed inside the 30. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This play goes for 36. And the Commanders will have a first. We're through 1 quarter of this session. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Daniels from the pistol. He'll get this to Samuel. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Stop that time by Jamel Dean.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Chased out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Washington.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 2nd quarter lead. Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead.
Commanders 7, Buccaneers 3.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Here come the Bucs on offense now. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. First down, here's Baker. Hauled in by Godwin. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Only took him 1 play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. Motioning one of the tight ends. On the give, this is Irving. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he's brought down after a short gain. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Buccaneers out and into punt formation. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. He's returning this from his own end zone, everybody. Hit it well that time, a little too well. Commanders will have it at the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Completes this one to Gray. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, that came at the perfect time.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Buys time, rolling right. And they won't do it. That ball's incomplete on 4th down.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That pass complete to McMillan. And he goes down, so they're set up with a nice 1st and goal as we've reached our... Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. 2nd and goal, backed all the way up to the 14 here. Trying again following the sack.
Will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Pressure coming. Baker has it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This just 21 yards down the pipe. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Just 4 seconds left, Brock. Only time for one play, and it's going to be a field goal try. This just 21 yards down the pipe. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out comes the offense for Washington to begin the third quarter. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play.
Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. He has it at the 33. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And it'll be their football. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Staying with Robinson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They're working quickly here. Here's Robinson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Robinson. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders grow the lead to 7. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders grow their lead to 8.
Commanders 14, Buccaneers 6.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay. They're out and set. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. On target to Godwin. Given 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. They put a receiver in motion here left. Baker now from the gun. And that's good for a gain of 5. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Irving here from the gun. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Mayfield now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they haul him down just a... the red zone. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They motion a receiver left. Here's Baker. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second and 17 at the 28.
We've reached the end of 3. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the...
And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the fourth quarter. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel. Complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. And they've got themselves another first and 10. Throwing from the gun. On the move, headed right. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Daniels. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Hauled in by Gregg. And he's tackled for a short gain. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Pressure's there, and the Commanders got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 34-yard line.
Another try following the sack. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Godwin, the man in motion left. 3rd and long, Mayfield. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Forced out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Daniels. He's on the move. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a 1st. New set of downs for him from the 46. Robinson on the inside give. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Daniels now. They hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Here he is to throw. He's trying to push the field. Put the body on the line for his team. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their 1st. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Robinson has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Running with Robinson. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. That one is good! And late in the fourth, they have grabbed a lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Back to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. Setting up to pass. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Now to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Godwin, the man in motion left. Desperation time here on fourth. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs. Ball on the 45, first and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Escapes the pocket. He can run it.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Chased out to his right. And after all that running, he ends up out of bounds deep behind the line of scrimmage. Not even a throwaway. That's going to count as a sack. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders.